Okay, it's day 3 and everything is going as expected. On the 3rd day, her voice gets a little rough, so that's expected because there's probably a lot of macrophages, in the larynx and stuff, trying to clean stuff up, and it's a huge cleaning process. I did have kind of a shock yesterday, though. I evacuated some orange goo already, and it smelled like acrylic plastic, which would make sense since I had some teeth work done. I have a dental implant up here with it's an acrylic upper bridge, and it leaches acrylic monomer into your body. And anybody that has these teeth, or teeth replacements rather, should probably think about dry fasting because it will take it out of you. The other thing that's happening is just really tired this time. All these things are different. You're going to find this out when you do them. And every dry fast is going to be a little different than the last one. This one, man, I'm really tired. Even though I'm running on fat, I've lost 6 to 8, 9 pounds already. Most of it's water first couple of days. Second day is kind of water leading into fat. So probably 4 to 6 pounds of fat, or 16 sticks of butter. Anyway, the idea here is to keep going. Just take more showers, take more naps. If you work, have a nice hot cup of air. Yeah, it'll be over soon. This is just a 5-day. And I think what you'll find on a 5-day is everything's pretty easy. It's not as tough as a 7-day. To kind of think about it in retrospect, I think 2 5-day dry fasts is about equivalent to a 7-day. That 7 days, those last couple of days, they really wring you out. And it's really great, but, it really does a lot of work. However, the 5-day dry fast, you've got 3 days of stem cell regeneration going on, and into the transit amplifying phase where these cells multiply like crazy to become the progenitor phase. So even if 3 days you're into this stem cell regeneration thing, it's going to do a lot of help. And if you're doing it yearly, it just adds up, because these particular cells, your stem cells, have active telomerase, and the telomerase is able to recode the telomere ends on the end of the chromosomes to make sure they can replicate again. If they get too eroded, they don't. And if you don't have telomerase to recode them, they don't. And that's the somatic paradox in a nutshell. So adding more of these cells every year, once or twice a year, depending on how you want to do it, is probably a good idea if you really want longevity. Also, we find that during this dry fast period, you're getting rid of a lot of stored fats in weird places like your thymus. Thymus involution is a really big problem because as your thymus cells get older, they accumulate these oils. Most of the oils they accumulate are probably the seed oils, nut oils, and vegetable oils because your body doesn't want to use them, and your body doesn't want to send them into the mitochondria because they're just too damaged and fractured. So what you do is they just agglomerate huge globules in the cell, and they build up, and they cause cellulite and all that stuff. Another reason not to eat the seed oils and nut and vegetable oils. In fact, anything in the grocery store with instead of a bottle, a clear bottle exposed to light, is already oxidized, it's like, no, none of that stuff's bad to begin with, and it's worse as it sits there on the shelf. So, yeah, my energy's up and down. It's, my temperature's a little up and down, and right now I have some energy, voice is raw, and I'll just, head out the rest of the day, maybe lay in the sun a little bit, take a nice hot bath with some magnesium sulfate. That's the other thing people have asked. Can I use, Epsom salts and stuff like that if I want to take a bath? Yeah, no big deal. You've got channels in your fascial matrix, several of them. You can read about it in my book, Neogenesis, right here. And these are deep channels to get hydration into the body. But because it's not being done by the gastrointestinal tract, it's helping the extracellular matrix move all this debris that the cells that are in deep autophagy still are moving into the extracellular matrix. So any way you can help that flush into the system, golden, no problem. Exercise. You have to walk around a little bit because you want to be able to use the muscles to stimulate the fat, to stimulate the cleaving of fat, to run your ATP and your mitochondria and keep them going. The other thing is I like to do a little, it's called a cellicizer. It used to be called a lymphocyzer, but now it's a cellicizer. Mr. Hall reintroduced it, and it's a little mini tramp. And we used it at NASA what it does, it gives you twice gravity on the downstroke, 0 gravity at the top of the upstroke. So it's really a great way to move that lymph out of the body. It's a great pumping action by using gravity. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I get on there like, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time, several times a day. It's a great overall muscular tone device as well, if you didn't know about it. Let's see. Tomorrow, it's going to be kind of more of the same. I'm going to let the beard grow so you can see this is real. I'm not faking it. But that's just it. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day, because tomorrow is the day when the parasites start dying off and you start feeling really bad because you get a Herxheimer effect as these toxins are being loaded into your system and eliminated from the system. There's a whole process involved in that. I could go into that for an hour. As these things die off, they just their bodies alone are difficult to grind up and deal with, and usually you'll get rid of them at the end of the dry fast. But yeah, this is that period over the next couple of days, 4 and 5, where you're going to get some fevers. You're going to have some kind of ill feelings. I sort of had a nauseous feeling yesterday for a little bit. Comes and goes, totally natural. Nausea, vomiting, emitting, is a way to get rid of toxins, that you've eaten. So it's a normal response to a situation where you're getting rid of a lot of stuff that you've eaten that's in the cells, and some of it can't be metabolized, so it's been sitting there for a while, and dry fasting gets rid of that stuff. It's great. That's about it. I'm going to go take a nice warm bath, and one last thing. Yeah, I know the sound quality on these videos, all my videos is not that great. I acknowledge that. Problem is, I can't afford a $9,000 Sennheiser condenser mic just to sound nicer on the video. I've tried I got a bag full of mics. I've tried everything. I'm using a shotgun mic right now. And so that's about as good as I'm going to get. Sorry about the quality. If it's too windy, I won't go outside. If it's calm at the beach, I'll probably do some beach walks, but I've had so many complaints about the noise. Okay, I'm just trying to give the message. I hear you, I acknowledge it, and there's a reason why it just stays the same. Anyway, I will talk to you later, and have a great day. I am expecting a day of, going and having a nice big plate of nothing, having a hot cup of air. It's you got to make fun of this stuff, because it's only temporary. It's over in a couple of days, and everything just goes back quickly on a 5-day. It takes probably another 5 days to really, recover from the whole thing, but it's not like a 7-day. And if you've done a 7-day, you know what I'm talking about. It takes a week to do a 7-day. It takes a week to recover from a 7-day. And I've done it in my videos before, which you can see in the lists below. Anyway, don't forget my resveratrol deal is still on my various websites, eBay rather, and 2 for 1. Resveratrol is a great way in the morning to activate your sirtuins for like a week. Resveratrol is pretty cool because it goes in the body, it gets absorbed, goes into the bloodstream, gets into a bunch of cells, it gets conjugated by glucuronide and moves into the digestive tract, where in the lower tract, bacteria produce a enzyme that breaks that bond. So the resveratrol is freed up again to actually help the cells in the lining of your lower colon, which is a cool thing. Anyway, it's at the end of the video. The links are all below. And have a great day. I'm having a 3rd day of a dry fast day. See you later.